What's going on, YouTube traders, investors? Today is the week 19 video of the $100 a week investing challenge on the Robinhood app. And in this update, we're just going to go over what we did this week. We added to a position, got into a few options, and one of them is up over 400%. Let's get into it. All right, before we get into the video, there's going to be a link in the description below for Robinhood. If you use that link to sign up, you get a free stock, I get a free stock, it's all good. And you stand a chance of getting a Berkshire Hathaway, Apple, Facebook, GE, Ford, and many more. And remember that everything on the Robinhood app is free. You don't pay any fees to trade. That means buy or sell any stock. Also, options are free too. So please use that link. It'll be greatly appreciated. Thank you in advance. Okay, here we are on the homepage of the Robinhood web platform, and we're just going to run over the portfolio and what it did today, the past week, month, and 3 months. Today, we're up a little under 0.5%, $7.79. Not much. We were up quite a bit today, though. Almost 3% earlier. Things have kind of came down a little bit, but for the week, we're up $195 or just under 10%. For the month, we're up over 13% plus $271. And for the past 3 months, we're up over 15%, $315.54. So that's how we've done the past 3 months. Pretty good, decent. I started getting back into options, and I'm going to start doing videos explaining options, and we're going to start out basic and work into credit, debit spreads and stuff like that. But I think the main thing with options is you just have to feel comfortable in understanding they are different from stocks. You can lose a lot of money in options if you're not careful, because they do have an expiration date. And I'm going to stop there. I'm going to do some videos in the future explaining options. But you can make a lot of money, but you can lose a lot of money. But on the other hand, your risk, you know your risk going into an option. With stocks, you don't. But stocks don't have expiration dates. So let's jump into the additions for this week. The first addition this week in the portfolio is going to be more Kronos Group. We added 11 more shares of Kronos Group. We had 12. Now we have 23 at an average cost of $8.46. And as you can see right now, we are up total return 6.32% on this position. This is the newest position in the portfolio. And I explained a little bit about why I got into Kronos last week. But just another point with Kronos that I think a lot of people are not even paying attention to is that a while back when Altria invested $2 billion or almost $2 billion into Kronos Group, I think they went into that not expecting anything quick with it, because we all know it's going to be a while before marijuana is legal, federally legal in the United States. So they went into this buying, I think, 55% of the company and then having a right to outright buy the whole company if it comes down to it. So I believe Altria Group has a big plan for Kronos. And 5 years, 10 years from now, Kronos Group may not even exist. Just be part of Altria. But that's it for this. Moving on to the next addition. Okay, and here is another addition to the portfolio for this week. It's going to be a $100 call expiring the 15th of November for PVH Corp, ticker symbol PVH. I didn't even know who PVH was. But I was scanning through options activity this morning, and I came across about 2,000 contracts that were ordered this morning at basically the asking price. So I was like, let me check this out. When saw that PVH Corp they design clothing and market clothing, and their two main brands are Calvin Klein and Tommy Hilfiger. So I looked at some news, I looked at the charts, I was like, this stock looks like it's gonna move. Somebody knows something. So I went ahead, bought this call, and here we are. I'm up 13%. Oh, just went down. Let's scroll up a little bit. Was 13%. Now it's 7. I'm up $7, almost 9%. But they're expecting to move in this thing pretty soon. So I'm going to be in it for however long it takes. But I do expect it to move. Somebody thinks it's going to move. So I'm going to get in it. Moving on. Okay, I'm back, and this is another option that was added this week to the portfolio. It is a 69.50 call expiring on the 15th of November as well for DuPont, ticker symbol DD. We got into this at $65 or 65 cents, which is equal to $65 when you're talking about contracts, because it represents 100 shares. And right now we're up 52%. You got to remember, we just got into this yesterday. We're up 52%, $34. We're up $2 today. It was more. This option was at a high of 126 today. Yep, 126. We're going to ride this out. They have earnings coming up, I believe, on the 31st. Doesn't show it in here. I believe it's the 31st for DuPont. And I believe that's what this call is for. Dow, ticker symbol DOW, had their earnings yesterday. And they were up. And I think this was kind of a play from Dow and DuPont. But we're going to see. Like, this is another one where I saw, I want to say 1,600 contracts come in on this at the ask or close to the ask. So somebody knows something. I think the earnings are going to be good, and this is probably going to be in the money when we cash out. The last addition to the portfolio for this week is gonna be ticker symbol AZN. And I think we might have been in this last week, or I got into it right after I did the update video. But this is the one that we're up over 400% in. I wish I would have bought more contracts, but I wasn't really for sure. Plus, my account is still small. I can't afford to take a big hit if my research goes south. So, but we're gonna go dive into the particulars. This is a 47.50 call expiring the 15th of November. You see a common theme there. All these options I've been in expire the 15th of November. So that's relatively a close expiration. So you gotta be right, because if you're not, you don't have a lot of time. But anyways, we are up total return on this contract, $81, 426%. It's been higher. I think it was 103. So we got in at $19. We paid $19 for this option. It's now at 100 for a profit of 426%. And this is where I talk about you can make a lot of money on options, but you have to do your research. You have to invest time into these things before you get in them. So, because you can lose all that. I could have lost that $19. Now, granted, $19 is not that much to me, but this is a small account. I wish I would have got 10 contracts, even more contracts, but I can't take that risk yet until my account gets bigger. But this was the big gainer for this video. You see 426%, and that's just for right now. This is an unrealized gain. Now, I plan to hold this till pretty close to expiration. not unless something drastically changes. So it could be 800% by the time I get out of it. And the deal with AstraZeneca, ticker symbol AZN, they just reported earnings. Their earnings, they killed their earnings. So this stock still can drift higher. So I'm going to let it drift and make that money. And we are back with the only subtraction from the portfolio this week. And it's going to be the Luckin Coffee call, the $20 call expiring 15 November. We got in at $70. We cashed out or sold the premium at 130, which was almost 100% profit. And I should have held on a little longer. I could have made more money, but it is what it is. I took the money, and whenever you take the money, you don't take a loss. So, but this was an option that we saw unusual options activity. Somebody came in and bought 2,100 contracts at 105. The stock then dropped, and I was able to get in at 70. So it is what it is, and that's going to conclude this update video for the $100 a week investing challenge on the Robinhood app. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like the content, subscribe, hit that like button, and smash that bell for future notifications. And I will see you in the next video.